Welcome to Resilient Dad Off-Road Lab. Today, I want to share what the Rahal Desert Crossing taught me, not just about driving dunes, but about leadership, fatherhood, and becoming the kind of person who keeps moving forward when everything around you is uncertain and the path is unclear. Out in the desert, clarity does not always arrive when you need it. There are long stretches where the path ahead is uncertain. The terrain is unforgiving and the team is temporarily out of sight. In those moments, something powerful is revealed: self-reliance. You cannot wait for someone to tell you which line to take. You cannot pause until conditions become perfect. You have to read what is in front of you, trust your preparation, and move. Every decision carries weight out there. A hasty choice can bury a wheel, lose momentum, or create a setback that costs precious time and energy, but a deliberate, thoughtful movement, even a slow one, compounds into steady forward progress. That is a lesson life keeps teaching us, whether we are in the dunes or in our homes, our workplaces, or our relationships with the people who matter most. When guidance is not immediately available, three things carry you: preparation, observation, and confidence in your own judgment. Awareness becomes your compass. Patience becomes your fuel. Consistent effort, not speed, not noise, but consistent, disciplined effort ensures you keep moving even when no one is watching and the outcome is still unclear. Solitude out there is not emptiness. It is a teacher. It builds resilience and discipline. It trains you to stay calm when outcomes are unclear. Challenges are not conquered all at once. They are navigated step by step, one deliberate decision after another. Every small success reinforces something deeper: the genuine capacity to persevere when stopping would be far easier. Confidence does not come from waiting for certainty. It comes from action, from choosing a line, committing, reading the feedback, and adjusting. From doing that again and again until uncertainty becomes familiar, and the familiar becomes strength you can count on. As the team begins to reappear ahead and behind, something important becomes clear. Physical separation was never disconnection. Progress had continued the entire time, not through constant reassurance, but through steady, deliberate action grounded in preparation and trust. Waiting for constant confirmation quietly kills momentum. Acting thoughtfully, even with incomplete information, builds real capability and confidence over time. Every small decision made with awareness and presence accumulates into measurable forward movement. The team was never truly gone. The work was simply continuing without pause. A brief pause in the desert does not mean stopping. It means listening. It means looking at where you are, what the terrain is telling you, and what adjustments need to happen before you push forward again. That pause is one of the most underrated tools in endurance driving and in life. Speed alone does not guarantee progress. I have seen drivers push hard through the dunes only to end up stuck, spinning wheels, burning energy, losing time they cannot recover. True advancement comes from deliberate choices, consistent observation, and the willingness to adapt when conditions change. The desert does not care how confident you felt at the start. It responds to what you actually do in the moment. This is where leadership reveals itself most honestly, not in dominance, not in being the loudest voice or the fastest vehicle. Leadership is understanding when to pause, when to reflect, and when to adjust for yourself and for those depending on you. A leader who cannot stop and recalibrate will eventually push their team into a situation that could have been avoided with one moment of honest assessment and stillness. Patience is quiet, but it is powerful. I felt this deeply during the crossing. The moments where I wanted to push harder, to rush past uncertainty, those were exactly the moments demanding the most controlled, deliberate response. Hasty reactions create setbacks that compound quickly. The same is true at home, in conversations with your children, in decisions at work. Slowing down is not weakness. It is precision. It is the conscious choice to respond rather than simply react to what is directly in front of you. The desert is never static. Angles shift. Surfaces soften in ways you did not anticipate. Wind reshapes the dunes between your first pass and your second. What was firm ground an hour ago can change completely before you return to it. Rigidity in that environment is not strength. It is a liability that will stop you cold. Flexibility is what allows progress to continue even as everything around you keeps shifting. The ability to read changing conditions, recalibrate your approach, and keep moving without losing your composure. That is a skill worth developing deliberately in every area of life. Observation transforms into actionable knowledge when you slow down enough to apply it. Terrain texture, vehicle feedback, subtle environmental signals. Each one is a message worth reading carefully. Life mirrors this exactly. When you notice small signals early in your health, your relationships, your own thinking, you give yourself the ability to respond before small problems compound into major ones. Awareness, applied consistently, is one of the most valuable tools any person can develop over time. Every deliberate action builds on the one before it. Reflection, patience, and adaptability are not soft or secondary qualities. They are the foundational tools that carry you through uncertainty and extended discomfort. And what you internalize in the desert does not stay there. It follows you into every role you carry. As a father, as a leader, as someone genuinely committed to lasting growth in the things that matter. Back on the move, the lesson becomes physical and undeniable. Momentum is not built through haste. It is built through informed, deliberate movement compounded steadily over time. Plans shift, challenges appear without warning or reason. But calm assessment and measured correction allow sustained progress in exactly the moments where frustration would otherwise take over completely. Adaptability is not optional here. A solution that worked cleanly on the last dune may fail entirely on the next. Flexibility lets you explore alternate routes without panic, without ego insisting your original plan must succeed. Real strength here is not about forcing your way through at any cost. It is about observing clearly, adjusting honestly, and continuing forward without losing your direction. Resilience is not built in comfortable, predictable conditions. It is built exactly here, in the unpredictable stretch where the outcome is still genuinely unknown. Progress is the product of small decisions made with discipline and presence, compounded one after another until the destination is finally reached. At this stage of the crossing, everything shifts in a way you cannot fully anticipate. It is no longer about individual endurance alone. Collaboration becomes the defining factor of resilience, and the entire experience takes on a deeper and more meaningful dimension. When a teammate runs into trouble, stuck, struggling, losing momentum on a difficult phase, the response of the group reveals everything about who people actually are. Do they drive past, focus entirely on their own pace and position, or do they stop, read the situation honestly, and help? In the desert, helping is not optional. It is how the group survives, how trust is built, and how individuals grow well beyond what they could achieve working alone. What I experienced during those moments reinforced something I carry into fatherhood and leadership every single day. Helping others is not a detour from your journey. It is a core part of the journey itself. When you stop to guide someone through a difficult section, assist them back onto solid ground, and share what you have observed about the terrain ahead, you are not losing progress. You are building something far more valuable than pace or position. You are building trust, humility, and collective strength that makes every single person in the group more capable going forward. But here is the part most people overlook completely. Receiving support is equally important. There were moments in the crossing where I needed guidance, where the line I was reading was not the right one, and someone with a better angle could see clearly what I could not. Accepting that help without pride or ego blocking the way made me stronger and more capable, not less. That is a lesson fatherhood has reinforced over and over. This is what real leadership looks like in practice. It is genuine awareness of others' needs before they have to ask. Readiness to contribute your knowledge and energy without hesitation. And the authentic humility to step back and allow others to lead when they are better positioned to guide the group. Ego has no sustainable place in the dunes, and it has no sustainable place in a family either. Every obstacle in that desert became an opportunity, not just to practice driving, but to practice perseverance, deliberate action, and collective responsibility. The challenges we face together, approached thoughtfully and with the right people beside us, do not simply test character. They actively build it in ways that solitary effort simply cannot replicate. The journey is never only about reaching the destination, it is about who you become along the way. Resilience, leadership, and lasting growth are not waiting at the finish line. They are forged in the decisions, the pauses, the corrections, and the genuine connections made throughout the entire crossing. Before you go, knowledge keeps you moving. Courage keeps you going.